Hi, I'm Val Hart in San Antonio, Texas, founder of Val Hart and Friends at valhart.com. Welcome to the Real Dr. Doolittle Show, the show for animals and the people who love them. I've been called a real-life Dr. Doolittle many times in my career as an expert animal communicator, behaviorist, pet psychic, and master healer. My mission and passion is to improve the lives of animals the world over by helping humans learn how to speak their language, how to understand their viewpoints, and heal. After all, our love of animals helps us be better humans, and the more balanced and healthy we are, the more balanced and healthy they can be too. Be sure and look for my CDs on iTunes. And to find out more about my work and to receive your free Quick Start Animal Talk course, just go to my website at valhart.com. While you're there for a limited time, you can also apply for a complimentary Happy Animal Assessment session. And if you want to learn how to be your own Dr. Doolittle, check out the world's first complete Animal Communication Made Easy system available now on my website at valhart.com. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Val Hart, the real Dr. Doolittle, and today I'm here interviewing Dr. Signe A. Dayhoff. She is a social psychologist and author. She's a cognitive behaviorist, a cat rescuer, and she's a kitty mom of 20, mostly senior disabled and special needs cats. She's a cat lover and a cat companion since childhood. I can relate to that, Signe. I've been owned by cats since I was a little bitty.
I'm glad you understand that relationship.
Oh, I do. It's so important. You specialize in increasing human-cat communication and expanding the cat-human relationship through understanding, respect, acceptance, trust, unconditional love, and lots of fun. And boy, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You have a website. It is loveyourcatsinnertiger.com, where you and your feline alter ego Smoochie, where y'all show cat lovers and human cat companions how to become cat smart. And you currently offer articles, Q&A, cat stories, cat photos, adoption information, and other resources. You know, and one of the things I love about what you say, being cat smart is truly understanding and accepting your cat's inner tiger in order to deepen your spiritual and love bond. Your cat's inner tiger is that mysterious intangible that is seemingly reflecting something secret and special. And it's what draws us to our cats. It's what resonates with the core of our being as cat lovers and cat companions. So welcome, Signe. Thank you so much for being with me.
You and I are both cat magnets.
We're cat magnets. We're channeling our inner feline.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, gosh.
It's delightful to be here. Thank you, Val.
You're welcome. I'm delighted you could make time for us today. What prompted you to create this new human-cat relationship website?
Well, I'm one of those people who has had and helped animals since I was a kid, passionate about animals.
Uh-huh.
And besides cats, I've had dogs and horses and a burro. And,
okay.
Burro.
A burro.
And sheep and birds. But, over the last 25 years, actually more than that, I've really focused on cats because they sort of fitted my lifestyle.
Okay.
Where I was living and so on. But also I resonate to their personalities.
Yeah.
To me, they're very independent, very loyal, affectionate, discerning, thinking, and intelligent. We intelligent people love disintelligent critters.
Well, we do.
Well, that's right. But there's also another reason.
Okay.
And even though cats outnumber dogs as the animal companion of choice, cats too often, you can hear my mosey in the back, cats too often have been thought of as despicable or evil, not compliant or submissive enough, and treated very badly as a result. I mean, there are actually some people who delight in hating cats, write books about hating cats, and express that hatred in any way they can.
Right. We consider those less intelligent humans.
Well, of course. Kind of the low brow and the,
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I've worked with Animal Companion Rescue Group for, over 8 years, I guess.
Okay.
And we've been rescuing homeless animals. I socialize them for adoption to loving homes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
As well as foster and adopt them myself. Well, the problem is you come across an old kitty, and no one's going to adopt an old kitty, or very, very unlikely.
It's hard,
and if the cat not at death's door. Well, even if it is at death's door, I've taken a cat that was at death's door, and you provide it with whatever they need, and it works really great.
Yeah,
I've met so many wonderful cats, and I've just established so many bonds with them, and it's really done so much for my own life. But also, I wanted to mention that I have worked with training cats.
Oh, really?
And training humans.
I think we have to train.
You have to train the humans about if you're going to train cats.
That's correct.
To correct any unacceptable behavior.
Yeah.
But also, cats can learn all kinds of, behaviors called tricks, which I don't really like.
Yeah.
That they choose to do for fun, and you can kind of enhance their learning of how to do that. Yeah. Yeah,
I love that. You'll have to tell us some tricks.
I will.
Some tips to creating fun stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I love that. So many people think that their cats can't be trained, and that they don't do stuff like that. It is untrue, and it's just silly. It just means that the human is missing some major major pieces of information there.
And I've been really privileged to get to know so many cats. So it's told me a lot about how they think, act, and communicate. And what's even best is that I now know how to relate to them. So
tell us about that.
Well, one of the things that makes it so much more wonderful for a relationship is if humans can get to know the cats, to understand and accept them as non-humans.
Yes.
To know that they have their own desires and needs and behaviors and agendas that don't necessarily line up with ours.
Rarely, in many cases.
Yeah, exactly. Rarely. They tolerate us so nicely. I mean, we don't tolerate other humans who act like that.
No. Nope. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah. So, tell me more about the cat's inner tiger and why knowing about that's important.
Thank you. That is just, people just have to really get a sense that there's something really wonderful about a cat. And part of this inner tiger is kind of an ancestral basis of its behavior.
Okay.
And so much what the cat does is really rooted in what it has needed to do to survive in the wild and then adapt to human cultures.
Okay.
Now, while we may refer to cats as being domesticated, I suspect that much of the so-called domestication has really been just the cat's understanding of what it takes to get along with humans in their society and what they have to do to make certain accommodations while they retain their own species identity and independence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if the cats actually have a survival guide to living with humans as they share and pass around.
They must have a cognitive map that's been imprinted someplace.
They must have. I mean, really, because we're not the easiest species to live with.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
Someone anonymous said one time, and I love this, this is a quote, thousands of years ago, cats were worshipped as gods, and cats have never forgotten this. And, of course, cat lovers haven't forgotten that either.
Well,
that's what makes us so passionate.
I think so. And, I've talked to cats. I'm a communicator, so I talk to cats.
Yeah, that's frequently. Wonderful.
Yeah, and, often they'll tell me that they think they're in the ultimate, body, that they are the more intelligent, species. They're very clear about that, and they don't understand why we don't understand. So,
and we have to understand that independence and control are exceedingly important to cats. They're not like dogs.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so give me some more tips about that. Independence and control are really important. What else?
Okay, well, when you tap into your cat's inner tiger, what you're seeing is the cat in its own realm, its own species, its own individual being. It's not a reflection of you as a human, except in a kind of a superficial sense.
Right.
So you are seeing and accepting that it has its own forms of communication, its own needs and desires, the same as humans do.
Exactly.
And it expects the relationship with you to be two-way.
Okay.
In other words, it expects that you understand and respond to its communication needs and desires as you expect it to respond to yours.
Yeah, that's the missing part for a lot of people.
Yeah.
we humans are so egocentric. We think that others are supposed to respond and understand us,
That's
and we don't make the effort to understand others.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And also, as an aside, we tend to think that the way we interpret everything is accurate.
Yes.
Which makes everything really, really difficult.
Yeah, that's true. We like to be right, don't we?
Yes, some of us more so than others. So if you to that mode, then you can have the desired win-win relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
A quick example.
Okay.
Many years ago, I found a small gray cat when I was giving a presentation at a library. This poor thing was really bedraggled. But it had these devilishly twinkly green eyes.
Uh-oh.
And so I said, oh, my goodness. And we clicked psychically, and I named him Faust. Faust, yes, like Mephistopheles.
Wow, that's a great name.
Yeah. Anyway, he had been very ill for apparently a long time, and he was lung scarred, and he had many, many health problems, which shortened his life. Yeah. But he and I became constant companions. Mm-hmm. And what he would do, which was so marvelous, is he would dazzle me with different behaviors, new and delightful behaviors.
Really?
And he actually learned, with a little encouragement, of course, he learned to walk across the room on his hind legs. He could waltz in a circle.
Oh, wow.
He could climb into my arms, jump into my arms. He could climb a ladder, roll over, and speak on cue. He actually even sat on a chair at the dining room table and would eat very daintily off his plate on the table.
Oh, I've got a picture of that. That's wonderful.
I wish I had videos of that. It was really marvelous.
Yeah, yes.
I'll have to dig and look for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the point is, he chose to do it. He chose to do it. He chose to share it with me because he enjoyed doing it. Yes. But he also enjoyed my positive response to it.
Yeah.
That was because I was picking up on his inner tiger, even though I didn't necessarily know I was doing it at the time. And what did we get? A win-win relationship.
Yes, yeah.
And that was great.
I love that. and what a good point, too. When we're training cats or working with cats, remember they always do it because they want to.
That's right.
And if we didn't give them a good enough reason that makes it fun for them, then it's not going to happen. And
no, it's what's in it for them, and why should they? And they're not going to be coerced.
It's what's in it for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So let's see. What's the first step, do you think, toward achieving a win-win human-cat companion relationship? Or as you call it, becoming cat smart. What do you think the first step might be?
I think that's a really great question.
Okay. I've
found that the first step toward becoming a cat smart person is being able to step outside yourself as an individual and a human. Okay. That is to kind of look at the situation and to look at your cat relationship from the cat's eyes, cat's perspective.
Okay.
Now, the problem is most humans have not been taught how to get outside their personal frames of reference. As you mentioned, we're very egotistical or egocentric. And so we're not that way with humans, so we're certainly not going to be that way, or certainly a lot less that way with animal companions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely essential that we be able to learn this ability to see the other as they truly are and not what we expect or simply want them to be.
Yes. Yeah. See them as they truly are, not as we expect them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, after all, we expect them to conform to exactly what we want. We have this ideal image and so on.
Right. Use the litter box. Eat when I tell you.
That's right. Come precisely when I call you, and if you don't come, I become impatient.
Yeah. Right, and don't get into things I don't want you to get into.
That's right.
And why don't you just sit on the shelf while I'm busy?
That's right. I'll take you off when I'm ready for you.
That's right. That's the point, isn't it?
I don't know. I guess that works for some people, but it doesn't work with me and cats.
It might work for some people, but not most. Yeah, that's true. True. Good. Okay, so that's the first step, is to get outside ourselves and see through the cat's eyes and perspective, seeing them as they truly are, not as we
expect. And don't expect them to conform to what you want.
Yeah. Don't expect conformity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I wonder, going back to our question we were talking about earlier, people that don't particularly resonate with cats or don't get cats, maybe it's because the cats are nonconformist.
That's right. I'm sure that's a factor.
Yeah, and that can be challenging or threatening.
Yes.
To someone who's really in that mode.
And
anyway,
I think,
go ahead.
On that same note, I think that a lot of people who don't like cats, it's because they are not compliant and not conforming. I think that it threatens them in some fashion.
I think so.
Yeah.
Interesting point. Anyway, so this is a good first step. All right.
Yeah.
And then what?
Well, what happens when when we have our expectations and assumptions, and the cat doesn't work toward those, the relationship becomes very, very one-sided. Of course, this can be a relationship with humans or with cats.
Well, that's the truth, yeah.
But the result tends to be kind of confusing and there's a misunderstanding and there's frustration and anger.
Right.
So we have to find some way, and of course, learning about becoming cat smart can suggest ways that we can discover how to make the relationship with both humans and cats more balanced and equal. But of course, the person has to be open both cognitively and emotionally to receiving the lessons. And a lot of people aren't.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Yeah. So what do you learn when you step outside of yourself and you look through the cat's eyes and perspective? What do you actually see? Can you give us an example?
I look for a creature that is putting up with me as long as I do what they want.
Yeah.
No, but
hopefully affectionately tolerating.
Oh, yes. No, I find that the cats are looking for a relationship that fulfills a lot of their needs, and part of their needs, even though cats tend to be very independent and non-packed animals, they do want to have a relationship. And there's something about humans that I believe may make them think that we're like mommy.
Oh.
And I think that there's something about that makes them more likely to acclimate to humans and adapt to their behaviors and stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think that's one of the reasons that they need us, KNEAD.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, yeah.
That they do. Hi, Mom. I used to do this to get milk. I love you, Mommy. We're connected,
let me
aren't we?
massage the milk bar and see
what happens. That's it. Exactly. So I think that's,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And we often take on the role of caretaker. The not as much the nurturer as the caretaker, like the butler, the pooper scooper, the chef and the groomer. It's like we take on almost a subservient role with them, and if we don't ever go to another level in the relationship, then that's where they relegate us. We teach them not to expect more from us dense humans. Which is such a tragedy.
Because we can have such a marvelous relationship, a relationship that you are not likely to have with very many humans.
Right.
And so if you can achieve that of being cat smart, understanding your cat's inner tiger, and showing your cat that you are grateful for the positive things they do.
Yes.
Well, for example, when I tell my cats, of course, when they're doing something I don't like, but the moment that they do what I think is positive, I praise them right away.
Oh, good, yeah.
And so, it's like a 10-second window that you really want to catch them as soon as they do something, particularly if you've just told them you didn't like what they did and you've shown them that, you never yell and you never hit.
No. Yeah.
But I have found that in return for my being this positive and showing my gratitude, that they will often tell me with a movement of a tail or an ear or something, or even vocally, that that they appreciate it.
Yeah.
And they'll also tell me when I'm doing something they don't like, and then they will, when I stop, then they will suddenly rub against me or purr or lick me or something. So the gratitude is kind of reciprocal.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons that I'm offering a cat gratitude letter exercise if people want to subscribe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I want to hear
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, cat gratitude. Okay, good. So, Signe, can you tell us a story about that would help us put all this together?
Many years ago, I work with Karma, companion animal rescue and medical assistance. That's the cat rescue group. Okay. And one of the cats that they had there was this very large orange kitty with really long hair. He had a lion face. He didn't look like a kitty. He looked like a lion.
Oh.
But he had been found at the animal control shelter, and he had apparently been hit by a car, and he was lying in this cage, and he couldn't walk, and he was covered in feces, and so the Karma rescued him, and so I was going there I was going to Karma to socialize animals, and he was the sweetest thing. He was incontinent, and he could hardly walk, and so on. And I said, "There's something about this kitty. I know that he and I can work together." So I adopted him. Anyhow, so working together, he and I managed to get him really interested in moving around a lot and playing. And I have a 2-story house. So the next thing I knew, and we're giving a lot of back and forth with him, and next thing I knew, he was starting to climb the stairs. And he was starting to walk better. And he's starting to walk better, and he's climbing the stairs. The next thing I know, he's running up the stairs. And next thing I know, he's running down the stairs. And then I have this little opening above the at the edge of the stair wall, or the end of the stair wall. And one day he actually leapt into it. And sitting there looking so satisfied.
I'll bet he was.
But just through the interaction that he and I had, and showing that I was really so pleased with everything he did, and he was showing me how grateful he was, and, how he was accomplishing things. The next thing I know, he was hardly walking with a limp. And this is from a kid who could hardly walk at all.
Wow.
It was just so wonderful. I just said, "Oh, Tony, thank you so much. Thank you. That was his name, Tony."
Tony the tiger, Tony the lion.
You bet. So we got to his inner tiger.
I love that. Wow, what a brilliant thing. And I'm thinking, even with other people, with everything, what do we thrive on? Appreciation.
Absolutely.
Cats
are no different.
A joy, in celebrating what we do and our accomplishments and our contributions, and oh my God, what a wonderful lesson.
Oh yeah, he was an inspiration. He was wonderful.
Oh, how wonderful! Thank you, Tony. Oh man, let's talk about Smoochie.
Oh, okay.
So your Love Your Cat's Inner Tiger website has Smoochie, your feline alter ego, as a primary participant. Tell us about Smoochie and why she has that role.
Well, Smoochie was a formerly abandoned cat. And she was at the vet, and they didn't even have a name for her. And she just seemed, of course, I had to meet her. I mean, I just have this thing about there's a cat that needs a home. Oh my goodness, It's a good thing I don't have a larger home. As it is, I have 10 cat pans. But anyway, but I talked to her, and she really responded to me. And I said, I've got to take her home. Of course. But she really responded to my love and my care, and she began guiding me. And she showed me with incredible patience and tolerance that I could become more aware. Now, I had been listening. I had been listening to cats for years, and humans, because of being a psychologist. But I was now suddenly more intent upon listening more with my heart than just my ears.
Okay.
And she managed to make me aware that what I was doing in relating with anxious human clients, I needed to be doing more of with cats as well. I mean, this was a real aha for me. I mean, I had been doing it to a degree, but not as consciously as I needed to be. I needed to be more mindful of what was going on.
Right.
With the cat in the context. And it also meant that I needed to be much more attuned to what the cat's perspective was, as was my own.
Okay, good.
And then she kind of helped me, because I was really open to anything that she was, communicating with me. And she helped me determine how to make the two things mesh.
Interesting.
Her perspective, my perspective. Anyway, so she opened me up to kind of revealing her inner tiger and showing me how not only to accept it and love it, but how we could become soulmates. Not just a kitty parent and a cat, but really close.
Yes.
And and I guess for people who believe in channeling, maybe you could say I was channeling her kitty perspective and her wisdom about how to deepen the human cat love bond. But she's really made a big impression on me, and I think I had to be ready for it.
Yes, and obviously you were.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I'm betting that she actually gave you the idea.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she did.
She was your inspiration and muse.
Muse.
Your muse. Oh, was a good pun.
That was very good. You're good at that. Slip that little sucker right on in there.
I did. Didn't even plan it. It just kind of fell out of my mouth. That's great. So, but yeah, I love that. So she's Smoochie is a real cat.
A real cat
who taught you how to be aware and reveal your inner tiger, and celebrate the love bond. And so so when you write your stuff, and I've seen some of your wonderful stories and articles from Smoochie, that's actually, you're kind of giving her a voice.
Yeah, I'm typing for her because I type better than she does. But it's really most of what she wants to share with cat lovers and human cat companions.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah.
She feels pretty smug about it, I'll tell you.
I bet she does. and with good reason, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Credit where credit is due.
Absolutely. So what sorts of things do you and Smoochie do to help cat lovers and human cat companions?
Well, we try to help people discover, or we do help people discover, that there are 9 basic relationship building blocks.
Oh.
And what I'll do is give you the 9, and then I'll talk about one of them in particular.
Okay.
The first one is how your cat communicates in its different ways.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The second one is how you can interpret cat nonverbal language.
Okay.
And in all its complexity.
Uh-huh.
How you can effectively use it to communicate with your cat.
Okay.
So you're hearing what the cat is saying, or a person for that matter, and you're speaking to them in their frame of reference, their language, so to speak.
I love that. That's critical. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Good.
because otherwise you're talking past them.
Right.
What kind of attention your cat needs for you to help keep it content.
Okay.
Let's see, number 5 would be how the environment affects your cat relationship, and it really can be a big effect, and you may not even know that that's what's going on that creates problems.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6 would be how to feel more accepting of your cat's personality quirks, and they all have individual quirks.
Well, don't they? And as do we.
Oh, we have.
Who's more quirky? I don't know.
No, I think humans are a whole lot more quirky.
We have to be quirks, the major quirks.
I mean, they have to be so tolerant of us. I mean, really.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay, number 7 is what the cat basics are for the cat's good psychological health.
Oh, psycho health. Okay.
Yeah, because it's our psychological health and their psychological health, so we have to work together on that.
Yes. Okay.
8 would be how to modify your cat's mood and behavior while staying pals.
Okay.
So that you can help your cat to be more, a little less destructive when it has the mood to do something like that. I mean, there are all kinds of ways that you can show the cat that that's not going to work and not alienate the cat.
Right.
Yeah.
And they also need an outlet. I mean, that's a natural need.
Oh, good grief. I mean, so many poor kitties. I feel so bad for them. Now, even with upstairs and downstairs here, my cats get some exercise, but they don't get enough.
Yeah.
And with 20 cats, it's a little tough to run a business and also get them all the amount of attention that they need and exercise. And they all need exercise.
Yes,
They're all getting to be chubby bunnies here.
Chubby bunnies.
And number 9 is how to enjoy and love yourself more because of your cat relationship.
Right. And I think that's such an incredibly important point, because our animals mirror us.
Yes, they do.
And
they pick up on everything that we feel. And if we feel unhappy or angry or whatever, they will respond to that.
Yes, and if we feel we need punishment, or if we feel we're not deserving, or we're emotionally under attack, or we're, imbalanced that way, they will not only reflect it, but they may decide to try to help you with that in a way that may not feel very good.
Yes, but also there are times when you're not feeling well.
Yes.
That they will sense what's going on, and they will comfort you as best they can.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when my mother was ill before she died, she had 5 cats, which I now have. Yes, and they would do that for her. When she'd be lying down in pain, they would just all come around and try to, and purr and just try to keep her warm and that sort of thing. It was really delightful. It helped her so much.
Yes, I get it. Yeah, cats are amazing healers.
They are. Oh, I was going to give you an example of one of these. And I'm talking about how your cat communicates. Now, for example, your cat communicates, for anybody who knows cats, knows that they communicate in a variety of ways.
Yes.
Now, vocally, they can meow, purr, growl, hiss, or chirp, and other things. They can communicate through movement of their ears. their eyes, let me think if I can get them all, whiskers, their mouth, their tongue, their tail, their muscles, their claws, their fur even, the raising of the fur.
That's right.
And their body. The whole body can stretch or contract, and their body positions as well as their limb placement. I mean, they're really, it's amazing that there's such a complexity to their nonverbal behavior that they're really very similar to humans in that respect.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a lot in common, even if we would prefer to be the superior being in the relationship. But if we can let go of that, then we can allow ourselves not to become the subordinate, but to become equal.
Yes.
And that's what the cat wants.
Yes. Yes, they do. I think that's one of the major differences between cats and humans and other species in humans. Mm-hmm. Is that cats demand equality.
Yes.
They will never let you be their leader, so to speak, but they would like us to be equal and have a meeting of the minds and hearts, kind of on an equal footing. And if we don't assert ourselves as their equal, then they consider us their inferior.
And they will not relate to us as positively as they can, because
that's right.
That's not what they want.
No, of course not. And why would they? I mean, don't we feel that way about other people?
Absolutely. And hopefully, more of us, as we become more cat savvy and more attuned to the cat's inner tiger, we can feel better about ourselves and have a higher self-esteem, because if the cat really appreciates goodness and quality. Yeah. And the cat's not going to think much about you if you don't think much about yourself.
And why would they? And by the way, no one else does either if you don't think good about yourself.
Because they will mirror precisely how you present yourself.
Yeah, we teach others how to treat us.
Yes, that's
by the way we treat ourselves. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, what we allow.
True. Yeah. And there are a lot of people out there who are in that position.
Yes, unfortunately so. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, so tell me about your weekly Cat Smart Inner Tiger tips. You have an e-zine, and you also have services and products and things like that. And I know this is a new site. Yes. It hasn't been out all that long at this point. But so tell me what your plans are. What have you got going, Signe?
Okay, well, I'm in the process of setting up a lot of different things, which include such as teleseminars. I'm going to be doing videos soon. Got that flip camera.
Excellent.
I've been doing some audio downloads, haven't done very many yet. I will be having home study programs, ebooks, and an Inner Tiger membership program, which will help people with their cats achieve that spiritual commitment goal.
Oh, I love that. Spiritual commitment goal.
Yes. And also, this is something I've been thinking about for the last week. I think I'd like to have a cat story writers contest.
Ooh.
And what it would be looking for is humorous, touching, and inspiring personal cat companion stories.
Oh, I love that.
And what I would do then is to put it into a digital and hard copy. First the digital, then the hard copy books. And, that's just some of the things that have been coming. But let me tell you a little bit about the e-zine.
Okay, yeah.
I have all kinds of useful information. It's about cat psychology, but also about human psychology in relation to cats, because you can't have one without the other.
True.
And you want to know about your cat's needs and wants, emotions, and behaviors. And most of this is being done through Smoochie's cat perspective.
Okay.
So that I'm trying to have her tell you what she needs you to know.
Okay.
So maybe there's a little bit less bias, human bias on it, for some of the things anyway.
Okay.
So and the more you know about who your cat really is, the better that you'll be able to share who you are, who you really are, and the closer you two can become on any level, on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Thank you so much for the good work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I find it such a tragedy to find people with cats where they're basically in a hostile, conflict kind of environment with each other. They don't understand each other. They've got a long history of hurt feelings, and things gone wrong. And, the cats usually get blamed for it and ultimately either lose their home or lose their life.
Oh, can I tell you a quick story?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay.
Tell me.
I bet I didn't know, contacted me, said, I understand that you take in elderly cats. She said, I have a cat here that's supposed to be euthanized, but the cat is healthy, and the only reason they want to euthanize her is that she's been defecating under the bed.
Yeah.
And I said, well, okay, let me tell me more about this. You know, what's the story behind it? And she said, well, this cat has been staying in the bedroom because it can't run the gauntlet of large dogs to get to its cat pan in another room.
Oh, good Lord.
And I said, well, do they have a cat pan in the bedroom? No, she won't put a cat pan in the bedroom. She's so disgusted with the cat, that's it. She wants the cat euthanized. I said, let me talk with her. I said, because there's a very simple way that she can get the cat to start using the cat pan and then start moving the cat pan very slowly into another room where the cat doesn't have to, you know, be afraid of these dogs and just stay frozen under the bed. No, she was so disgusted with the cat, that was it. So I took the baby. Well, she's not a baby, she's 15. But no sooner did I put her in here, she's in my office, with her cat pan, and she has never, ever done anything untoward. No, she's just been a very good kitty because she wasn't afraid.
And why? Oh, that's such a great story, because it points out how unthinking and unconscious we can be, you know, with our animals. I mean, good heavens.
She had this cat since it was a baby.
Right.
She'd had it for 15 years, but I mean, absolutely, totally.
I mean, what if you had a child on the playground and they were pooping their pants or something because there was a whole bunch of bullies that wouldn't let them in the bathroom, and then we're going to blame the child, you know, or blame the you know, put the kid down because it can't even get to the bathroom? That's insane.
I know, but what people would probably do is simply be unhappy with the kid and take it out on the kid, the parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Without
embarrassing me.
Taking time to find out, you know, what happened. Yeah, or what.
But also the willingness to actually address the real issue, the core issue, as opposed to what's on the surface.
Right. And so, speaking of the core message, do you have a core message you want to leave us with today?
Oh, gosh, I'm so glad you asked me that. Yes. Now, my core message for my website really reflects what I've learned from working with and living with and loving cats. And I have to paraphrase humanistic psychologist Fritz Perls to tell you what I've learned. And I'll give you a bunch of different things that I've learned, but he said in essence that you are not in this relationship with your cat to change who the cat is, and your cat is not in this relationship with you to change who you are. He was talking about humans, of course, but I think that is just so absolutely on point that you're talking about, you know, unconditional positive regard and acceptance of who you are and who your cat is now, and not what you want them to be in the future sometime. What you're going to, twist them around to make them exactly the perfect thing that you want a cat to be. Yeah. So it's, you are what you are, the cat is what it is, and you both accept each other and make little changes, as you can.
Right.
Yeah, but only on things that are conflictful.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
But I've learned to listen to cats, to really listen, because they will tell you, I've found, most of what you need to know in order to foster and nurture your relationship with them. And as you know, most often they don't require very much except for care, positive attention, and respect.
Yeah.
And you've got to respect your cat. Your cat expects to be respected. That's just all it is to it. Yeah. Same way you do.
Yeah.
Cats and humans are very, very much alike.
They are. Yeah, we are. We really, really are in a lot of ways. It's just like you said earlier, seeing through their perspective. And they do have a few needs, that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
For instance, they like three-dimensional space, and some like to be high, and some like to be hit, in the hidey spots and whatever. But I mean, there are differences.
Oh, sure.
And they're not dogs.
No, they're not dogs. No.
Another major mistake a lot of folks make. But you're right. Listen to your cats. Offer the right kind of care and positive attention and respect. Yeah.
And also I've learned that they will do what you want if they understand what it is you want. They see what's in it for them, and they don't feel forced to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has to be a matter of choice for them, the same way it does for humans. I'm not saying that humans and cats are totally, the same, but I'm saying that we have a lot of overlap.
Yes. Yeah, we do. We do.
And also I've learned that human patience, tolerance, and persistence are absolutely essential because cats do things at a different pace than humans.
They do. Yes, they do.
I mean, they tend to be more slow and deliberate in their decision making. If I say to one of my cats, I say, "Oh, buddy, why don't you come into this room?" He'll look at me and he'll look at the door, and he'll think about it a second, and then he'll kind of saunter in. Mm-hmm. But it's not as though he says, "Yes, ma'am," and he snaps his heels together and he goes racing in.
Right, exactly. That reminds me of a funny story I have to tell you.
Yeah.
When I was first getting into animal communication, and my husband was not real sure about this at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, geez. But I told him, the basics. Okay, this is how you communicate. And we had 2 cats at the time, and actually, I think we just had one. We just had our first cat, which was Peach, a black and white domestic.
Yeah.
And very opinionated. I adored her, and he did not. It took him a while to build a relationship, but they did. Mm-hmm. And one day he's watching the football game, and he's got his snacks and stuff, and he had the thought, oh, it would be nice to have a cat in my lap, or a cat in here with me. Where is Peach? And so he gets up, he goes to find her. He finds her in the garage, sunning on the hot hood of the car. She was taking a little sauna bath on the car. Anyway, he told her what he wanted the way I had taught him, and she just kind of blinked at him, and looked at him, and he goes, he just is impatient, and he's like, oh, well, poop, this isn't working, and stormed off and goes back and sits in front of the tube and, goes back to, drinking his beer and eating his snacks and it just like, oh, that just doesn't work at all. And, and what she did is she laid there for a while and she said, yeah, I'm about done with my sauna bath I mean, she got the message. And then she's like, okay, yeah, I think that's all right. And on the way back there, I think I'll have a little snack of my own. Visited her food and water dish and whatnot and sauntered into the room. And a few minutes later, she popped up right where he had imaged, for her, right in the exact spot.
I love it. Oh, that's so great.
But it's like he was so impatient. He just wanted an immediate reaction. And she thought about it, considered it, decided to do it at her own time and pace, like you just said, and was delighted to join him. Thank you for the invitation. And so that really kind of blew him away. But you're right. It's about giving them time to consider the request, to process it, and then make a decision and make a choice.
That's right.
And it absolutely is a choice.
Because they are always making decisions and always making choices.
They are, just like us.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, well, but one of the I've got a couple of things I want to tell you.
Okay.
But one of the things that just occurred to me was that when you're with cats, as with humans, you should really never think. Here, I just said the word. You should never think in terms of should. That the cat should do something, because this is imposing your personal perspective and assumptions and expectations and so on.
Yeah.
And if you do that with both humans and cats, it won't work, and you'll only be disappointed as a result.
Yes.
Damn cat.
Well, not dang cat. It's not doing what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I thought it should do.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's a really good point. I'm trying to cut the word should out of my language, and I invite everyone to also be very mindful. When you say should, it points to an expectation and an assumption, and and it disallows the reality.
That's right.
Which is they may or may not choose to. It may not suit them, and it may not actually be good for them. And it may not have been divinely inspired anyway, which means it wasn't supposed to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so watch out. Okay. So I guess we should okay, that was a joke. I guess we should start winding it up a little bit here. So
well, let me just say, I think that you and your cat can become more than just close friends. You can really become intimates and a very close family unit, and you can share a greater spiritual bond with your cat than you actually can with most humans, because each human is tending to think about what they want. And I found that a positive relationship with your cat the cat can always be there emotionally to comfort and support you when life events and other humans disappoint you.
Yes, that's true.
Cats don't disappoint. I've never been disappointed by a cat, except when I was thinking through my own frame of reference. Yeah.
Right, and like we just said, adding a should onto who we expect or wanted them to conform to be to our own notions.
Oh, let me conclude by giving you the worldly wise words of Smoochie the cat.
Okay, Smoochie, share it.
Smoochie says, cat love comes from your being cat smart, and when you know and love your cat's inner tiger, you love your cat and yourself even more.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, she's so profound, I swear.
Wonderful. Oh, wow. Thanks, Smoochie. Oh. All right, so let's wind it up a little bit here.
Yeah.
So, listeners, you can discover how you can become cat smart at Signe Dayhoff's website at loveyourcatsinnertiger.com. You can subscribe to her free weekly Cat Smart Inner Tiger tips and claim your complimentary cat gratitude letter exercise. You have to tell us about that. And I know that you and your cat will be really glad and grateful that you did. And you said it's also good for humans, too.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. Humans
love
to be... What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, there's not enough gratitude around.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And I've found just by doing experiments in public where I will go up to somebody and I will be talking with them, say, in a bank or whatever, and I will compliment them on something. It could be very, very minor. And they will just start to glow, and they just feel, oh, somebody's appreciating me. This is so wonderful.
Yeah.
But also, before my mother died, I wrote her a gratitude letter, and what I did in it was to highlight the things that were most important about my relationship with her and what she contributed to my life. And then I read it to her and then gave her the copy. And it broke through so many barriers, and it said so many things I'd never had a chance to say or never knew what to say. And so the cat gratitude letter is just superior for so many things, but your cat will appreciate it as well.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, just for people who love other animals as well, other than pets, this also works brilliantly well for dogs and horses
absolutely.
And birds and everybody else that you got. So, beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you did that. Okay, so you can be reached by email at Dr. Signe at loveyourcatsinnertiger.com, and I'm sure that is that email's on your website. Yes. So don't worry about writing it down. Just go to loveyourcatsinnertiger.com. And do you want to give a phone number?
Yes, I can also be reached by phone at 505, that's New Mexico.
Okay.
867-0094.
Excellent. 505-867-0094. Okay, everybody, so go out there right now, loveyourcatsinnertiger.com, and subscribe to your Cat Smart Inner Tiger tips.
Thank you, Val. It's been wonderful.
Signe. It was great. I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, and give Smoochie a big smooch.
Oh, I will. She'll appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the show. For more information or to listen to other podcasts, go to valhart.com/blog. And if you're someone who values a non-invasive, holistic solution to resolving problems with your dogs, cats, and horses, and you want better behaved, healthier, and happier animals, just go to my website at valhart.com to apply for a complimentary Happy Animal Assessment session. And be sure and remember to look for my CDs on iTunes. Learning how to talk with animals is fun and will change your life. So while you're there at my site, get my free Quick Start Animal Talk course and check out the world's first complete Animal Communication Made Easy system. May the love of animals bless you, teach you, inspire you, heal you, and reconnect you to the circle of life.